Hey everybody, what's up? Pretty early here, but I was prompted to come on and give a message to another particular group of people. Again, this if if you're not in this group, hang out and listen anyway, right? Because this is a pearl. And this message is for people that have decided to really give their life up to God and really try to seek communion with God and follow Jesus and live the gospel. Now, if you don't believe in Jesus, okay, and that's fine. But this message is for people that have decided to devote their lives to God, and it's kind of like a little orientation of what to expect, because you kind of have an idea of what to expect based on what Scripture says. People will hate and reject you because of me. And that doesn't really resonate, right? Because you're like, what do you mean? People are going to hate you, mother against son, father against daughter, brother against sister. That's also in Scripture. And I'm not good at quoting Scripture, so please forgive me. I paraphrase a lot of it. But the message is the same. And what I'm trying to say is, when you're living your life in ego, like all of us do as humans, we're born into ego. We're born in a propensity to reject God. We're born with this propensity to turn to ourselves and our ego and satiate our desires that way rather than turn to God, right? That's the way it's designed, so that we choose to follow God, right? That's why he did it that way. And when you're not choosing to follow God, the forces that are working against God aren't messing with you. You're blind to all kinds of things. And so when you really decide to give your life to God, you'll see a difference in the spirit. People of the world, they won't give a shit, and they won't know. They won't care. They will be fake happy for you, right? People that follow God will be stoked for you, because all the angels and saints in heaven are doing backflips and cartwheels when you decide to give your life to God, right? That's what's going on in the spirit. It's a celebration. and the angels and saints are going wacky. But also the forces that are working against us, there's other entities that work through our ego: pride, fear, doubt, greed, jealousy. Fear is the main one, right? They're aware too. They're very, very aware. And they make their presence known through our friends and family, because our friends and family are still living as human beings, living in the ego, which is the natural design. So it's not like anybody's at fault. We're all battling our own egos is the thing. So, you kind of can get tricked into thinking, well, I got to save this person, right? Because they're doing things they don't see, they don't understand, right? And that's just kind of a common thing with a lot of people that are following Christ, because we are very excited about eternal communion with our Father, and we found a way, and or we found the way, and we want to share that. But again, it gets really warped and twisted, because the forces working against it really don't want us to open up to the idea of trusting in God. Because that's the thing, when you really decide to follow God, you trust in him, right? I used to, before I decided to follow God, and I was a lukewarm or Christian, or I said I believed in God or greater power, but I never really trusted. You know what I mean? I would trust that God would meet my needs the way I saw them, right? The way I needed them met. And that's not how it works. You jump into this cosmic river of trust, and it's not easy at all, because, like I say, we're programmed to not do that. We're programmed to turn right to our ego, right to fear, because if you stop to think about it, when it's like, when you go to really trust in what God's telling you to do, right? What's the first thing that hits you when you decide, maybe I should do this? Fear, right? Fear hits you. Oh my gosh, they're going to judge me. They're going to hate me. They're going to think I'm crazy. They're going to this, they're going to that, you know? And then I find more value in salvaging these relationships with people versus building a relationship with my Creator. So, something to stew on, something to think about. Just, you know, it's not to freak you out or nothing. It's just to give you a little introduction of, like, because you won't see much around you. Your friends and family and people you know, they're just not gonna vibe on it the way the Spirit does, you know. So don't let that get you down. Just know that, again, we're battling and wrestling with principalities and forces of darkness. That's our egos. Fear, doubt, worry, anxiety, not trusting in God. So just keep going, keep doing your thing. And, you know, this is all easier said than done. I struggle with it too, right? Because that's the thing. Those forces, they don't quit, man. And they will find a way to make you doubt your decision, to make you second guess yourself, right? Don't do it. Just keep on keeping on. I love you guys. We'll talk to you later.